Welcome back to this another class of coordinate geometry, and welcome back to this daily dose of mathematics. So today we're going to learn what is a division formula in a coordinate geometry. Okay, so first division formula means internal division and external division is there. So we are going to discuss about internal division. What is internal division? Okay, internal division. What is internal division? Suppose one point is there A, another point is there B. Okay, I am going to add these 2 points. Now suppose there is another point P, and this P, suppose this is the coordinate is x1 y1 and this is x2 and y2. Okay, suppose this P divides this entire line by m is to n ratio, then the coordinate of this P will be, suppose this P is x and y. Now we need to find the coordinate of this x and the coordinate of this y, sorry, this P. Okay, so we need to find what is x and what is y. So the formula is x will be equal to m x2 plus n x1 divided by m, this m plus n. Okay, this is x, and what is y? Y will be equal to again m y2 plus n y1 divided by this m plus n. Okay, this is the formula to find what is x and what is y, for what is x and what is y. Okay, this is the internal division formula. External division formula, external division formula, same thing but with a different approach. Suppose this is A, this is B. Now this is B. Okay, this is x1 y1, this is x2 y2, and this is some xy. So the entire thing is m, suppose this is n, then we can find the coordinate of this x and y. So for that, the formula is x is equal to m into x2 minus n into x1 divided by m minus n. Then this y will be m y2 minus n y1 divided by m minus n. This is the formula. Okay, you need to remember this one. Now we will see about the midpoint formula. What is the midpoint formula? Okay, what is the midpoint formula? Midpoint माने मझी point है. Midpoint formula. The midpoint formula is, this is one point A, x1 y1. Suppose this is another point B, that is x2 y2. Okay, you add these two. Now we need to find the midpoint of this straight line. So the midpoint will be, suppose this is the P and this is x and y. So midpoint means it is divided in the 1:1 ratio. Then only it is going to be the midpoint. बुझिला ना? एपटे 1 ratio एपटे 1 ratio जदि divide कराई थिबो, complete is equal part divide कराई थिबो, then it is going to be midpoint. So by using the help of internal division, because this point P divides the straight line internally. Okay, this is total straight line. This straight line is divided by this P internally, means then the formula will become like this P for this x-axis. Okay, what is this x-axis? X-axis according to the internal division formula, mx2 plus nx1 divided by m plus n, but here m is equal to n. Okay, this is m and this is n, so m is equal to n jodi hela mane, now we can write m instead of n. For this n we can write m, so here also n will be replaced by m, so x will become mx2 plus mx1 divided by m plus m. Okay, now it will become, so m is the common, so you can take the common m outside, so this will be x2 plus x1 divided by m plus m is equal to 2m. Now I am going to cancel this m and m, so the remaining is x1 plus x2 divided by 2, so the next answer is x2 plus x1 divided by 2. So for this part of x, it is going to be x1 plus x2 divided by 2. Okay, now the remaining thing is we need to find the coordinate of y. Similarly, we can use the internal division formula again for y axis, for y coordinate system. So it is the same thing, we can write m y2 plus n y1 divided by m plus n, but here m is equal to n. Okay, so instead of m we can write n, sorry, instead of n we can write m, so I'm going to replace this n by m y1 divided by m plus m, so it is going to be, again take m common outside, so y2 plus y1 divided by 2m. Now m will cancel out, so the remaining answer will be y2 plus y1 divided by 2. So for this y I can write y1 plus y2 divided by 2. Okay, तो जो गोटे स्ट्रेट लाइन हमको दिखाई, स्ट्रेट लाइन रो दीटा एंड पॉइंट रो कोऑर्डिनेट हमको दिखाई, जपरि कि एठी a इज इक्वल टू x1 y1 हैला, सेमती b इज इक्वल टू x2 y2. If it is asking you to find the midpoint of this straight line, then we can do like this x1 plus x2 divided by 2, then this y1 divided by y2. See, x1 for this x value, x1 plus x2 divided by 2, then for this y value, y1 plus y2 divided by 2. Okay, I believe that you have understood this question, means this concept. Now we can move for next. Okay, now there is one concept called centroid of a triangle. Okay, what is that? Centroid. Okay, now we are going to study what is a centroid of a triangle. Okay, now we can see here what is a centroid means. Centroid means, suppose this is a triangle. Okay, suppose this is a triangle. Okay, so here A, B and C. Here the coordinate of A is x1 y1, coordinate of B is x2 y2, and coordinate of C is x3 y3. Okay, now we can find the midpoints of the sides. So for this BC, the midpoints will be here. So we know from this formula how to find the midpoints. Okay, how to find the midpoints. So the midpoint, suppose I am naming it, suppose this is some K, and this will be L, and this will be M. Okay, it will be M. So for this one, the coordinate will be become x2 plus x3 divided by 2, then y2 plus y3 divided by 2. Okay, similarly for L, it will become x1 plus x3 divided by 2. It will be y1 plus y3 divided by 2. Okay, similarly for M, it will become, you can see here, x1 x2, sorry, x1 x1 x2. So it is going to be x1 plus x2 divided by 2. For y, y1 plus y2 divided by 2. Okay, these are midpoints. I am going to make it a blue tick. Okay, now when this midpoints will be added to the opposite corner, means like this. Okay, opposite corner. Okay, now this point is called centroid. Okay, these are called medians. These are called medians. The intersection point of medians is called centroid. So this point is centroid. Now we need to find the coordinate of the centroid. Okay, now we can find the coordinate of the centroid. So the centroid will become like this. Suppose this is O. Suppose this is O point. This is x, y. Then what is this x will become? O of x will become x1 plus x2 plus x3 divided by 3, and for this y it will become y1 plus y2 plus y3 divided by 3. Because you see here, if you will find, suppose this point, this O, okay, you see here, this O is dividing this straight line into 2:1 ratio. So we know if a straight line is given to us, and suppose a point internally is dividing into some m:n ratio, but here m is equal to 2 and n is equal to 1, then we can find the coordinate here, x and y. So this will become m into this x2 plus this n is equal to 1 into this x3 divided by m plus n, but here m is equal to 2 plus 1 is equal to 3. That's why it is going to be like this. I'm going to find the one for one straight line. You need to find the other two. So it will become, you imagine about this straight line only. So here x2, here is 1. So it is going to be, here it is what, 2:1 ratio. Okay, remember, this is going to be m and this is going to be n. For this straight line, m into this x2, for this n into this x1. Now for this m into y2 plus this n into y1 divided by m plus n. So if I'm going to use that formula here, things will become like this. Here 2 into x1 plus x2 divided by 2 plus 1 into this x1 divided by 2 plus 1. So this is going to be 2 to cancel. So x1 plus x2 plus x3 divided by 3. This is the answer. Okay. Now similarly, this is the also same case. x1, sorry, 2 into y1 plus y2 divided by 2 plus y. So this is y1 plus y3. Okay. So this is y2 divided by 2 plus 1. This will be again y1 plus y2 plus y3 divided by 3. Okay, this is one concept. This is the centroid of the coordinate of a centroid. Now we can move further about in center. What is in center? In center means same thing here. One triangle is given to you. Okay, this is A, this is B, and this is C, and these are the angles. Okay, suppose this is the angles, and these angles are bisected, means this angle is completely divided by into two parts, and you just do like this. This is same as this angle. Now again you divide the A into two parts. Okay, means this angle will be equal to this one. Now you divide this C angle into again two parts. Okay, so this angle will go this one. So now the intersection of the bisector of angles is called in center. It's called in center. Okay, you remember this in center. So the coordinate of this in center will become, suppose this is x1 y1 and this is x2 y2. This will be x3 and y3. Okay, now suppose the points are BC is equal to, this is A. Suppose this length of this side is, I'm going to give the small letter of this opposite angle. Since this is A, be capital A, so I'm going to name it, this is small a. This is capital P, that's why the opposite side is this one. Here AC, so I'm going to name it as small b. Okay, so I'm going to write small b. Similarly, this will be small c. Okay, this the entire length. I'm talking about the entire length, not the point. Okay, now the coordinate of this in center. The coordinate of this in center, suppose I'm going to name it as a O. Okay, now the formula for this one will be this x. This is x and y. So this x will become a into x1 plus b into x2 plus c into x3 divided by a plus b plus c. For this is x, and for y will become a into y1 plus b into y2 plus c into y3 divided by a plus b plus c. Okay, this is the concept. The next class I'm going to discuss about some problems based on this formula, so that stay tuned, and if you don't understand, please do write in the comment box so that I can understand your problem, and I want to eradicate as much as possible. Okay, thank you.